Let's do it.
95.7 KCMO Talk Radio. It's time for What If Wednesday.
What if, instead of having you on this radio station, there was somebody else?
All right, what do you say there, John? 3 questions, my man. Let's run them down.
What if it's time for Leawood and Overland Park residents to voice concerns about a Major League Baseball stadium in their vicinity?
Well, first off, they're months late, but I guess better late than never. And you're starting to hear from more of these folks, which is a good thing. You are hearing not just from residents, you are hearing from doctors. Last night, you had a doctor at Menorah speak out about what this would mean for the hospital down there. I believe, and I have heard that there will be an official statement potentially coming very soon from Menorah on why they don't like the idea of Major League Baseball being played at 119th and all. I'm glad everyone's coming around, John, but I was saying this over the summer. I'm like, where are you guys? It's like cramming for a final exam. You knew this was coming. We knew that this day may be here, and they waited until the last minute. And now you're hearing some noise, Jewish Community Center and, obviously T-Mobile saying we're out if they come down here. So I guess better late than never, but I'm still struggling with what took so long, man.
Unlike a final, it kind of seems more like they're not going to put a ballpark there. No, not there. Seriously?
Yeah.
It seems more like that.
That's a good point. But it's like, I've been warning you. We've been talking about this.
Well,
hello?
Yeah.
Anyone home? I mean, we got you covered here on 95.7 FM. Let's go.
Now it sounds like the Royals are actually knocking and getting ready to sign possibly.
I know.
Now they're getting mad about it.
I know. It's like, where you been? That's why you got to be locked in here on KCMO Talk Radio.
All right. What if Trump's address tonight is right on target?
By the way, it's going to air at 8 p.m. here on KCMO. The president will address the nation. If it's right on target, then he is going to be, first off, very detailed, actual numbers, actual data to highlight what he's done specifically economically. Like, tonight's got to be about one thing and one thing only, and that's the economic policies, what they're doing, and what he hopes to see next year. No one wants to hear about Nicolas Maduro. Nobody wants to hear about Little Rocket Man or Putin. I mean, people are over that crap, all right? People are getting ready for Christmas. Things are expensive. There's been a lot of pain the last couple of years. And I don't mean that as any negative towards what they've done on the foreign policy front. I think their foreign policy has overall been very good. But no one wants to hear about that right now. You focus on the economy. You give hard stats, some of the stats that we've shared with you throughout the morning here out of this jobs report that came out yesterday. You're down 300,000 government workers, which is the lowest levels we've seen in federal employees in a decade. You explain why that's a good thing. You talk about how all the jobs gains this year have come from native-born Americans, why that's a good thing. You highlight what you've done on the border and why that's a good thing for the economy and for Americans and jobs in this country. You'd lay it all out there while also showing a little bit of empathy to the plight of the folks right now and what people have been through over the last few years and that there still is work to do. You have to get up there and say that our policies are working. It was not going to happen overnight. We need more time. And here's what we project going into next year. And, this is why we think our policies are going to work. And these are the things that we're already seeing happen over the first 11 months. That's what you got to do. It's got to be targeted. It's got to be on point. It's got to be specific. It cannot be the greatest this, the most amazing that. No one's ever seen anything like it, the golden age. It can't be that. People are going to get ticked off and turn off the TV or turn off the radio. So I'm hopeful that's what we get tonight. And we'll just have to wait and see. Because, there's going to be a curveball or two in there, just like there always is. But you can hear it 8 p.m. right here on 95.7 FM when the president will address the nation, John.
All right. And what if we have local ordinances and laws, unless the World Cup is coming?
Well, then you're admitting that these rules, regulations, and red tape are meaningless. So Kansas City, to its credit, is actually loosening its rules and regulations around short-term rentals, Airbnbs, ahead of the World Cup next year, while Riverside had this debate last night at its city council meeting where they were debating adding rules and regulations on short-term rentals ahead of the World Cup next summer. Because they're like, boy, we want to be in on the take here. We want to get some money out of this whole thing. They'll have new taxes, and they'll make sure that if you Airbnb your house in Riverside, you'll kick some money to the government. So that's what they're about in Riverside. Meantime, Kansas City, of all places to its credit, is loosening some of those rules and regulations. But what it ultimately means is that they know that these rules and regulations are bogus. They know that these ordinances really have no juice and just get in the way of the free market. And just get in the way of people using their own property to do with as they please. That's what they're admitting in a roundabout way. So as much as I give Kansas City credit, I wish they applied this standard to everything else they do, which is like, get out of the way. The less of us, the better off this city is. But that's not, let's be honest, that is not a conclusion that they want to come to anytime soon. They are not interested in that at all.